You passed your driving test and your parents happily went out to buy you your first car. They bought this, a Volkswagen Up, which is a small first car many young drivers get. You're incredibly happy until you decide to see how much the insurance will be. 4 grand! For this? My name is Azura and these are 5 cool cars to have cheap insurance in the UK. But before we get started, I would like to explain how insurance prices work. Insurance prices are decided by many factors, including but not limited to car age, car engine type / power, car cost, car class, which is like, is it a sedan, is it a coupe, is it a sports car, is it a hatchback, etc, etc, etc. The age of the person driving the car, the record of the person driving the car, how many years of no claims bonus do they have, etc, any speeding fines, and so on. The gender of the person driving the car, and before anyone tries to cancel me for this, for young male drivers, the premiums of insurance are more expensive than for young female drivers, but the reverse is seen in older drivers. How new the driver is, so when did you pass your test, how recently did you get your license, the location of the driver, for example if you live in London your insurance premiums are much higher, and do you have a second driver policy. For young drivers this is incredibly important to get lower insurance costs. Now there's also many more less significant factors such as your annual expected miles, but they do still play into the bigger picture. For the purpose of this video we're going to be doing a standardized test, so we are going to assume that you are a fresh driver with a clean record, 17 years old, male, who lives in a suburban area with a second driver who has a clean record for 10 years and an annual expected mileage of 5,000 miles. The insurance prices will be recorded in annual payments in British pounds, so please keep in mind for your own insurance policy, prices may vary, and I'm not including insurance policies with black boxes, so if you don't mind getting one of those then you can reduce your costs even further. But without further ado, let's get on into the list. Car number 1, the Toyota Yaris in Insurance Group 2. You can get 2 model variants of the Yaris in the Group 2 insurance, the 06-07 Yaris Ion VVT-i and the 05 Yaris T2 VVT-i. The model I would recommend being the 2006 to 2007 one, as it is slightly newer with more features, more reliable and slightly more stylish. If you want a more in-depth review of this car, make sure to check out my previous video, as it also made an entry in that video. It'll be in the description, top right corner, or at the end of this video. You can pick these up for around £900, which makes them a great choice as a first car, and the insurance is around £3,000. Car number 2, Fiat Punto in Insurance Group 4. Here's a list of all the Punto models you can get in Group 4 insurance. I'll probably recommend getting the 2008 Grande Dub model. I know you're probably thinking, the Punto isn't that cool, but well it just is, man. It's the most OP starter car and most wanted 05 by far. It has insane build potential, and this model even comes with nice alloys as standard. Yeah, it's a Fiat, so it's not going to be the most reliable, but that's not the point of this video, I'm afraid. You can pick one of these up for just shy of 3,000 and the insurance will cost you 3,600. Car number 3, the Renault Clio in Insurance Group 5. Here's a list of all the Clio models you can get in Group 5 insurance. I would recommend the 1998 to 1999 one, as it is simply the coolest standard Clio model ever to exist. The boy racer aura that is given off by this car is unmatched, and if like me you want to see the British roads look like the 2000s again instead of the atrocity of Ford Pumas, Vauxhall Corsas and Teslas that is the UK nowadays, then do all of us a favour and check out a cheeky Clio. The only issue is that, like the Punto, the reliability of this car is going to be questionable, but hey, you can get yourself one of these for as low as £2,000, with the insurance costing a low 2,600 roughly. This has got to be one of the best picks on the list. Hold on, I might go buy a Clio real quick. God damn. Car number 4, Citroen Saxo in Insurance Group 7. I might be a little biased to say this next entry, because ever since this episode of Top Gear I have adored this car, but here's a list of all the Saxo models you can get in Group 7 insurance. I'd recommend the 1999 to 2000 Saxo first model, as it is the facelifted model and I personally prefer this styling. Similarly to the Clio, this has British boy racer blood coursing through its veins, which just makes it an icon on the roads. Again, it is going to suffer reliability issues, but who can blame when the Saxo is just such a cool car. The Saxo can be found for around £2,000 and their insurance is around 3,200, so it isn't half bad alternative to the Clio if you prefer the Saxo styling. Before we get into the final entry, I would just like to run through a couple honourable mentions, with the first being the 2000 to 2001 Honda Logo SE. This car is like a baby Honda Civic and has been referred to as a budget retro JDM car. This car is in the 7th insurance group, so it will be pretty cheap to insure. The next honourable mention is the Mazda 3 SE, which can be found in the 8th insurance insurance group, making it relatively cheap to insure for one of the more expensive cars in this video. It is the most modern car, being a 2009 to 2010 model, and it does boast decent styling, as the unique smile this car has is one that many people love. My last honourable mention is one I'm gutted that can't make the final list, and it is the 2002 to 2007 Toyota Corolla T2 VVT-i. I love all Corollas, but this hatchback is severely underrated in my eyes, and boasts gorgeous styling which has so much potential for builds, and would have been a car I would have considered picking up if it hadn't have been a little on the pricier side to insure, as it is in Group 8. Moving on to our final entry, car number 5, the Alfa Romeo Mito Jr. in Insurance Group 8. I know, it's an Alfa, it'll only last a day, but who cares when the fact of the matter is you can pick this car up for as little, if not less than 1500 quid, and insure it for a further 4000 pounds. That is the same as the up from the beginning of the video, and yet look how beautiful this car is. As far as hatchbacks go, the Mito is one of the prettiest in existence, and as the wise words of Jeremy Clarkson go, you can never be a true petrol head until you've owned an Alfa Romeo. So suck up the issues that may come with it, because if you want this car, it'll be worth it for the passion alone. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope that it has helped you out. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing for more videos like this and other car related content on the channel. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.